अस्तयुत्तरस्यां दिशि देवात्मा हिमालयो नामा नगाधिराजः पूर्वा परौ तोयनिधि विगाह्य स्थितितः पृथिव्या एव मानदण्डः. So said the legendary Sanskrit poet Kalidasa in his epic poem Kumarasambhavam. Vedas and many other ancient Indian scriptures adored and revered Himalayas for its natural virtues. Himalayan region, due to its unique geography and climate, is a rich repository of floral diversity. In the Himalaya, most of the people live in villages and use plants as medicine, food, fodder, fuel, and various other purposes. Himalayas protect Indian subcontinent from icy winds blowing from Arctic region. But its premium bounty remains the amazing biodiversity.
Himalaya, that represents a global biodiversity hotspot, spans 3,000 kilometers from east to west and approximately 250 to 300 kilometers from north to south. It has 10,000 flowering plant species, of which 33% are endemic, meaning that they are not found elsewhere and are indigenous to this area. The harsh climatic conditions in the high altitude environment do not favor growth of tree species. The heavy snowfall, the winds, the -degree temperatures, they do not allow regeneration of tree species at higher altitude. The unique environment of the high altitude regions, such as for example the tree line area, favors or provides unique niches in which many of the rare and threatened plant species they occur.
Among botanical wealth, medicinal and aromatic herbs make the major chunk with around 1,800 species on record. And that makes it the global hub of raw materials for pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries serving both traditional and modern healthcare systems.
पहाड़ में जाते हैं हम दवा जड़ी बूटी ढूंढते हैं कि पेट के लिए दर्दों के लिए भी आसान होती है, ठीक हो जाती है। दूसरा नंबर आता है पतीश, उसको भी पीस कर उसकी फक्की में आकर बच्चे को भी देते हैं और बूढ़े को भी तो ज़्यादा दे सकते हैं, उससे पेट की बीमारियाँ ठीक हो जाती है। कई ऐसे बताते हैं कोई जड़ों कोई बूटी ऐसी होती है हमारे पहाड़ों में कि कहीं में गोडे में जोड़ों में दर्द होती है तो मालिश करना उसका या फिर उसको पीस के खाने को देनी।
In domestic arena, the annual demand of raw herbal drugs varies between 4 to 5 lakh tons, out of which nearly half the quantity is consumed by pharma, cosmetic and food industries. Rural household healthcare remedies use about 1 to 1.5 lakh tons and remaining 1 lakh ton is exported. But the demand is surging exponentially due to worldwide leaning towards alternate and traditional systems of medicine. There is an accelerated trend in the upward shift of alpine species in order to occupy the required climate space in the global warming scenario. However, there is limitation to this upward migration. The plant species already occupying the subnaval zone will have nowhere to go beyond the summits and are at highest risk levels towards extinction. To meet the demand, overharvesting, indiscriminate and illegal collection from wild are pushing many plant species towards extermination. A large number of locals act as collectors to trade and supply herb mainly for industrial purpose. But in the process of collection, they simply uproot the plant from wild, which is detrimental to plant population.
पत्ते देखे कुदाली लेनी महाराज जो भी कर दे वो पेचनी फिरी नीचे से जो ऊपर वाली तो सो हाथ में तोड़नी जो जिसकी जड़ में करनी वो पुटनी तब लियानी वो पुटी वो अपनी आयुर्वेदिक दवाई कूट के महाराज तब सप्लाई कर दे जिसके पेट में दर्द हुई किसकी गोडे गोडे में दर्द हुई कि किसी के वो बाई की तरह नैन खराब होता है तब दवाई सप्लाई करनी महाराज। जड़ी बूटी लोगों ने पहले पट दी ज़्यादा करी जो पेड़ पौधे लगाएंगे उसको काट देंगे फिर दोबारा कैसा उगरेगा वो कड़ू को धूप को पतीस को जड़ से निकालते उनकी जड़ें निकालते अगर को उसका फूल लग जाए उसका फूल लगता है उसमें बीज होता है तैयार वो बीज जो पहले में उसको पट देगा तो फूल नहीं लगेगा वो बीज कुछ नहीं लगेगा वो डाला गिर जाएगा जो पुराना डाला रह जाता है उसमें कोई बच जाता है तो उसमें बीज गिरता है उसकी जड़ फिर तैयार दूसरे साल को हो जाती है अब ज़रा कम से कम पहले ज़्यादा होती थी, अब कम हो गया। जड़ी बूटी से दवाई बनती है जी। हाँ, तब है इसकी मांग। जड़ी बूटी ढूंढना जाते था जी, घंटा भी लगता, 2 घंटे भी लगते, 3 घंटे भी लगते जी। वो बोरे में डालने, फिर रस्सी लगानी, पीठ में ले आनी। फूल आली होती है, हाँ, पतीश बोल दे, बड़ी महंगी होंगी सो। हाँ, एक नाग छतरी बोल दे, सो कड़ू और धूप। हाँ, ऐसी ऐसी जड़ी बूटी होती है।
Consequently, most of the key species of medicinal and aromatic plants now lie under rare, endangered and threatened category, collectively called RET plants. The grave situation called for a systematic and scientific intervention to save this valuable resource from depletion and extinction. As an earnest response, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, a premier research and development organization of the country, launched a comprehensive phytopharmaceutical mission. Major focus of CSIR phytopharmaceutical mission is the conservation of RET species of the Himalayan region, rehabilitation of rare, endangered and threatened medicinal plants like Mycorrhiza courba, commonly called kutaki, Dactylorhiza hatagiria, that is salam panja, Fritillaria royale, that is jungli lesan, Arnabia euchroma, that is ratan jot, Nardostachys jatamansi, popularly known as jatamansi, and Rhodiola imbricata have been taken up in mission mode.
Because of unregulated harvesting, lack of sowing, lack of cultivating, what has happened, most of these plants has reached the status of rare, endangered or threatened category. We thought we should undertake this activity in a mission mode project so that the plants which have reached the status of RET, which is rare, endangered and threatened category, have enough plant material for next generation to come. We want to replenish the nature with these plants which are under this RET category. Science and technology can play a very important issue, but more important thing was also to include the society in between.
The CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology at Palampur took up the challenge and developed a multi-pronged strategy. The key initiatives are mass multiplication and production of quality planting material, captive cultivation of RET species, development of improved agro-technologies for cultivation of medicinal plants, production of pharmaceutical molecules through bioreactor process, and ecological niche modeling. Let's have a look what these initiatives were and how they have led to conservation of the important RET plants. Prior to research moves, CSIR IHBT made an extensive survey in Dhauladhar, Pir Panjal, Greater Himalaya and Trans-Himalaya mountain ranges to assess the population of threatened medicinal and other species. Rarity status of nearly 418 plant species was evaluated, and out of these 26 species found only in Himalayas were designated as very rare due to their limited occurrence. These include medicinal plants such as Susurya obvalata, also called Brahm Kamal, Susurya gossipifera, also called Gugi, Jurinia dolomia, that is Gugal Dhub, Delphinium denudatum, also known as Jadwar, and Delphinium kashmirinum, also known as Kashmir larkspur. These species occur only in higher elevations, and in the scenario of climate change in future, these species could be the first to go extinct. Dactylorhiza hatagiria, that is salam panja, is a critically endangered species that showed an interesting trend. It is used in the treatment of many ailments such as intestinal disorders, chronic fever, cuts and burns, pyorrhea, etc.
We studied the populations of Dactylorhiza hatagiria. We could categorize these populations into two groups, highly devastated and lightly devastated, based on the population density of these plants in these sites. We could find that in the highly devastated populations, the plant were exhibiting better functional traits in terms of their growth and reproductive response. What we could infer from this study is that these populations which are highly devastated, here the plants tend to produce its better capacity, and they have the ability to persist if these populations are protected in time.
To replenish and restore dwindling population of rare, endangered and threatened plants having medicinal and aromatic value in a sustainable manner, captive cultivation of threatened species is a foolproof and effective strategy. CSIR IHBT systematically promoted captive cultivation of identified RET species by making available large quantities of quality planting material to farmers, developing and disseminating good agriculture practices for commercial cultivation in Himalayan region, and hand-holding and capacity building of farmers to take up cultivation of RET species. To develop huge number of plantlets in shorter period, micro-propagation, which is to raise large number of plantlets under laboratory conditions by employing tissue culture technique, was taken up in many RET species such as Picrorhiza kuruva, commonly called Kutaki, Dactylorhiza hatagiria, that is Salam Panja, Fritillaria royale, that is Jungli Lesson, Arnavia euchroma, that is Ratan Jot, and Nardostachys jatamansi, popularly known as Jatamansi. P. kuruva, Kutaki is one of the most sought-after medicinal herbs used mainly to treat liver disorders, gastric troubles, anemia, asthma, diabetes, and many other ailments. To develop a sustainable resource base, a protocol was developed to raise large number of plantlets under laboratory conditions.
Using tissue culture, we are micropropagating these plants using explants which are readily available, such as leaves in case of Picrorhiza crua or bulbs in case of Fritillaria royale, and we use these to make plants, regenerate them from the leaf or bud scales or whatever, and then they are mass multiplied in large numbers. Once they are multiplied, they are hardened in a hardening facility, and then they are rehabilitated back in nature. That is how we are trying to make a sustainable resource base for both the industry while conserving the environment and the Himalayas by replenishing the dwindling population of these high-value medicinal plants of Western Himalaya.
Using a small piece of leaf from identified high-yielding genotype, thousands and thousands of plants are propagated irrespective of season in a small space. In this technique, tiny fragments of living plants are cultured in an artificial nutrient medium where they grow and are ultimately used as planting material for cultivation. Tissue culture raised plantlets are hardened enough in greenhouse conditions to survive in natural habitat. This is a non-destructive, cost-effective, efficient, upscalable and fast multiplication model. Lakhs of such plantlets have been supplied to prospective farmers for captive cultivation in Himalayan region. Plants have shown nearly 100% survival rate in field conditions with good yield and income potential. Attracted by profits, some collectors have now shifted to farming as proud cultivators.
मैं CSIR IHBT पालमपुर के सौजन्य से केसर, नागछत्री, बड़ लहसुन, सालम पंजा, पतीस, कड़ू, रोजमेरी और लवेंडर खेती करता हूँ। मुझको ये सारी पौध सामग्री CSIR IHBT पालमपुर के द्वारा दी गई तथा समय समय पर वैज्ञानिकों द्वारा मेरे खेत का भ्रमण कर मुझे इसकी खेती करने की सलाह दी गई। मुझे इन जड़ी बूटियों की खेती करने से अच्छी आमदनी हो रही है।
To promote captive cultivation of medicinal plants on scientific lines, CSIR IHBT developed suitable agro-technologies of key medicinal herbs for Himalayan region. Plantation techniques, plant geometry, integrated nutrient management, crop management, weed management and harvesting techniques are included in the technology package to guide farmers.
We are developing agro technologies, we are developing nursery techniques of these plants through macro propagation and micro propagation. Micro propagation is through tissue culture and macro propagation through field and development of nurseries. We are generating the quality planting material at our institute, and then we are supplying the quality planting material to the farmers for captive cultivation. We are imparting trainings to the farmers. We are making them aware how to conserve these plants, how to grow these plants for having maximum benefit.
Technologies are being transferred to farmers through personal interactions, field visits, demonstrations, and other extension modules. Collectors are being made aware of long-term impacts of indiscriminate collection and being persuaded to take up cultivation for sustainable livelihood. Consequently, a number of collectors are now seed tendering farms with smile.
डॉक्टर हैं IHBT के, वो लोग मेरे को जड़ी बूटी के बारे में बहुत बताते हैं। अब मैं खासकर जड़ी बूटी में ही काम करता हूँ। इन्होंने एकोनिटम एट्रोफाइलम जो कड़वा पतीश है उसके बारे में बताया कि कैसे उसकी बिजाई होती है, कैसे उसको आगे बढ़ाना है, और उसका भी बीज भी बिकता है, उसका जड़ भी बिकता है। इसके सिवा वो फोरोफाइलम हेक्सेंड्रम है, पिक्रोड हिजा, वो सारा मटेरियल भी CSIR पालमपुर के डॉक्टर मेरे को देते हैं और मैं इसको लार्ज स्केल में लगाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। जड़ी बूटी जो यहाँ पर है उसी की उपज करने से बहुत पैसा मिलता है, तब से मैं जड़ी बूटी की तरफ काम करता हूँ और इनसे हमेशा मुझे गाइडेंस मिलता है।
This is the endangered category plant material we are promoting to the farmers field as a captive cultivation, and farmers are growing these endangered species under their agroforestry system, and from the agroforestry system they are getting the additional income from this endangered plant species. After cultivating this plant, farmer getting near about 1 lakh extra benefit from this crop from 1 hectare of land in a year.
The valuable medicinal ingredient called bioactive ingredients are extracted from plants using certain chemical processes. These ingredients are ultimately used for making medicinal products. To authenticate the quality of the planting material, the extracted medicinal ingredient or the final product, certain markers have been identified. These markers are molecules, the concentration of which are checked in the planting materials or final products to see if they fit to the required standard. During the industrialization of an ingredient, they might go through changes or other values might be added to them. Here again, the markers help in checking if the final product has the minimum required concentrations or the identified molecules that make the product fit for use.
As per the phytopharmaceutical regulatory guidelines, we at NPC and PD has developed the fast reproducible quality control method with minimum 4 markers, which is required for assessing the quality of planting material. This lead to the more authentic standardization of the planting material.
To extract the valuable medicinal ingredients from plants, that is, to extract the bioactive materials, plants have to be uprooted. This can lead to the decline in their numbers. As an effective strategy of conservation, CSIR IHBT has developed an alternative route for production of the bioactive ingredients. Technically called non-invasive technology, it involves development of callus culture or organ culture in the laboratory. From a sample collected, the required parts of the plants are grown in the lab itself.
In 90% cases, it's the root which is being utilized by the industry for development of the formulation, which contain the bioactive ingredient, and therefore our focus is on production of adventitious roots in the bioreactor systems. In addition to providing the sustainable system and uniform quality, it has the very short period of production cycle. In natural cultivation, it is the 5-year production cycle, like in Arnivia Euchroma, Ratanjot plant. Then in cell culture system or organ culture system, we are producing these within a month. 5-year versus 1 month production cycle under in vitro systems, which we are getting with uniform quality of the metabolite profile of these cultures.
Besides huge cut in duration, these ingredients show a uniform quality and production can be undertaken throughout the year, like an industrial process. Thus, bioreactor-based chemical production eliminates destruction of natural plant population for raw material. Standardized technologies have been developed for bioreactor-based production of picrosites from Pictorhiza curova, naphthaquinone pigments from Arnabia species, and valepotriates from Valeriana species. The vast Himalayan landscape lies undersurveyed with respect to plant diversity that has led to incorrect categorization of plant species in some cases. Hence, the placement of plants in right perspective is essential to develop a sound conservation strategy. CSIR IHBT resorted to modern technology of ecological niche modeling to correctly identify plant populations in locations across Himalayan region. Young generation remote sensing technologies such as drone-based multispectral remote sensing, hyperspectral remote sensing, and LIDAR remote sensing are being employed for monitoring of plant resources with special reference to rare, endangered, and threatened species. Consequently, status of some plant species now stands changed, and suitable locations have been identified where large-scale plantations of RET species can be taken up.
Remote sensing and GIS lab of ISBT is utilizing hyperspectral and radar remote sensing for mapping the biosources of Himalayan region. For that, we are using different platform for mounting this sensor. So we are mounting this sensor on the tripod for having the information on the ground flora, and this sensor we are mounting on the drone also to have a picture of airborne canopy level information. And these sensors can also be used as a backpack.
In addition, CSIR IHBT has developed various databases such as HimFlores, Trampis, and HimPadap Sankalan to provide various critical information on floral resources of Himalayan region.
We have developed softwares on medicinal plants of Indian Himalayan region. We have 1572 plant species detailed in this database. We developed a threat module search in which we categorized the plants in different categories such as critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, indeterminate. In this database, we have developed the distribution maps using remote sensing and GIS tools. This database consists information on the status of the plant, where it's geographically distributed, what is the altitude of the particular plant.
CSIR IHBT has developed a unique live gene bank of RET species in its Center of High Altitude Biology at Ribling in Lahaul Spiti that acts as conservatory for Himalayan plants. It houses more than 175 genotypes of various species collected from the region having desirable characters. The Field Gene Bank maintains a repository of genes that can be used in research and revival of RET species. CSIR IHBT endeavor to have knowledge on baseline data of different threatened plants. The aim is to have different accessions, evaluate better performing plants, and develop agro practices for the benefit of farmers and for conservation of these RET species.
We have around 20 RET plants that are under different categories of threat status like critically endangered, vulnerable, and near threatened categories species. There we are conserving in our center. Among most important commercially viable medicinal plants of RET plants are Pictorhiza curova, Angelica glauca, Aconitum hydrophyllum, Podophyllum hexandrum, Sasuria costus, Inula racemosa, and simultaneously conserving various other commercially important plants of that region.
CSIR IHBT also maintains a rich botanical garden in the campus where several plants and RET species collected from different geographical zones are introduced. Botanical garden serves as a demonstration and awareness tool to create interest of students and general masses in conservation of plants.
For conservation of any of the plant species, it is important that we generate baseline information on the population of these plant species. So right from the field studies that we are going into the field, we are sampling the population of the plant species, we are recording their GPS coordinates, and we are also generating estimations of how many plant species are found in an area and what is their number in that particular area. And also at the same time we are recording the indigenous uses of these plant species by the local communities, then we are bringing these plant species for one, herbarium preparation such that they are into our repository. At the same time, we are also bringing these plant species into ex situ conservation.
Institute maintains a very rich herbarium of natural plant wealth with more than 22,000 specimens. It is a useful facility for students, teachers, scientists and researchers for plant authentication, as it provides scientific and validated information on species characteristics, diversity, distribution, phenology, uses, etc. An e-inventory of herbarium further facilitates users of distant locations by digitally accessing this database. Registered users can get information through various search options. Multi-dimensional and multi-modular endeavors to conserve, stabilize and enhance population of rare, endangered and threatened species have made significant impacts at ground level. Professional collectors have now realized importance of sustainable populations, and many of them have now shifted to captive cultivation for earning a dignified livelihood. Adequate supply and availability of quality planting material have boosted the cultivation at commercial scale. Populations of RET species are rising in natural habitats with increased awareness of users and general public. Prospects of extermination and extinction are now under check, and wave of conservation is flourishing. Himalayan greens are here to stay for welfare of mankind and humanity.